I'm gonna do a top 20 fall winter fragrance list before. I've actually never done one of these, but I get asked to do them sometimes, and I don't have anything to keep my channel active video game wise right now, so fragrances as usual, right? Little caveat before I do this. One of the reasons I don't do these in general is because I kind of generally, within reason, wear any kind of fragrance I want to wear, no matter what the season. With, of course, fall and spring fragrances smell the best. I think once it gets too hot, it doesn't matter what you wear, you're probably gonna smell like shit because you're gonna be sweating. And once it gets too cold, you don't want to be outside when it's that cold that you can't wear fragrance anyway. So that's why I normally don't do these kind of lists. I'm not gonna do this about compliments either because that's too obvious. I'm just gonna kind of do this for something that's fun and something that I would think twice about wearing if it was the summer. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to keep this fun, not only about compliments. Anyway, first one, I'm gonna do Naomi Goodsir's Bois de Seize. Did I say that right? Basically, smells like charcoal. Very strong charcoal smell, very smoky, kind of like the leftover of a campfire or something like that. A leftover barbecue campfire that you got to the next day. Very novelty-ish, but if you can appreciate the fun and the novelty-ish of it, I think it's pretty fun and fits the vibe, right? Next one, I'll do Kerosene's Blackmail. I would describe that as a roasting marshmallows on a campfire, but for some reason the smoke that is coming from the marshmallows is giving off a juicy dark berry kind of smoke and incense, right? And then afterwards, campfire dies down. All that's left is like smoky wood with a little bit of that, again, kind of a juicy berry marshmallow taste on it, I guess, of the wood, right? Next one, I'll do Martin Mason, whatever, By the Fireplace. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? By the Fireplace. Again, great fall, winter scents, campfire, not a campfire, fireplace, I should say. Roasting marshmallows, but there's definitely a charred aspect to this one. A charred marshmallow. Maybe something like you had this burnt firewood that you were making and you made a mug out of it and you put hot chocolate in that burning, charred, almost firewood mug, whatever burning charred firewood mug, whatever, with some leftover hot chocolate in it. By the fireplace, another great one. Next one, I'm gonna do Dua's Camp du Félicité. Dua did not tell me to do this. Dua never sent me a free bottle for this, which I know lots of other reviewers get free bottles. If they want to send me a free bottle of this, they totally could because I do think it smells good, dude. Camp du Félicité, what I would say this is again, going fall, winter kind of vibe. Campfire, roasting marshmallows, but for this one, you take that kind of again, I'm not really a drinker. It's kind of like orangish kind of liquor, right? Put orange liquor on the to light the fire of this campfire, and then golden embers of little of this alcohol and liquor and graham crackers are now hitting the marshmallow, and so the marshmallow has kind of like a graham crackery liquor golden crust to the marshmallow. Dies down, then you get like a very smoky woody base. This one smells really good in the air. I don't have, like I said, Dude's never sent me a free bottle for this, but if they want to, they could send me it because I do think it smells good, dude. So Camp 2 Felicity, that's the next one. Next one I'm gonna do Tea for Two. Tea for Two, I think, is probably the most famous tea fragrance along with Gucci Pour Homme 2. I think Tea for Two is better. Again, one of the best compliments I could give this one is you can definitely smell the gingerbread in it, and I don't like gingerbread, and I still think this one smells awesome. So that's a good compliment, right? When you can distinguish something you don't like in a fragrance, but you're like, I don't care, still smells good, dude. Next one, I'm gonna do by Kilian's Amber Oud. Don't be afraid of the name. Obviously, it's not very oudy, if any at all. And I would describe the oud in this one as sometimes when you get like oud mixtures, it gives you kind of a wax or a varnished kind of wood smell, and that would be if there is actually oud in here, the kind of oud that you get. Um, this one is basically kind of like an amber crystallized Jolly Rancher, if there was an amber kind of flavor of that, with a sweet firewood kind of smell. And this is one I should put, there's a caveat to this one. This is definitely one that smells different in the heat than in first the winter if you're going to be wearing this. The boozy tinge to this really comes out in the cold weather. It is not as sweet at all. And again, very much boozy, you know, by Kilian, a lot of them. I haven't smelled every single one because I know there's some exclusives that I haven't smelled. But a lot of them have kind of that boozy tinge to them, which makes them kind of fun and recognizable. And this one definitely has a boozy touch. The tinge to the booziness is definitely much stronger during the winter. And so you could almost say amber Jolly Rancher, sweet firewood, varnished, waxed with a boozy element to it. Next one, dude. Intoxicated from Bike. Let's do another one. Uh, I don't think it's that similar to Amen because I don't like the original Amen, but I know some people think it is. I think it's, you know, great chocolate, thick hot chocolate coffee. You know, thick hot chocolate coffee with these like spices in the air. And there is a tinge of a urinal cake to this. I know I'm kind of rare when I say that, but I know if other people say it, and there is a bit of a tinge to the beginning of this. Has a bit of a urinal cake freshness to it. Weird, but don't worry, I still think it smells good. Okay. Next one, CH Men Prive. Let's do a designer. CH Men Prive, you know, what can I say about this? I think it's one of the best designer fragrances that is becoming a little bit of a vibe. And I talk about a vibe a lot in fragrances, while still being likable enough to the general public that you should be getting compliments, right? So a little bit of a sexy vibe, not your average fragrance, still likable to the general public. Next one, House of Sillage #1. Um, Best thing I can say about this fragrance is that it is, despite the notes, because I remember even when it came out, I was worried. It took me a long time to finally get my nose on it, but the notes might make you a little bit afraid, but don't be afraid. It's a very actually smooth fragrance despite the notes, and it's awesome, dude. Next one, #10, what did I have down? Pure Malt. You guys probably know Pure Malt. Awesome fragrance, smells unique, good performance, so it demands attention. Like I said, and generally the attention it gets is good. Next one, let's do Pure Tonka. Pure Tonka, kind of like New Harlem, but a stronger coffee vibe and a very extreme buttery and thick tonka bean. Again, sometimes mixtures and fragrances smell a little bit different. The tonka bean in this is not like a funky tonka bean, not like a powdery tonka bean. This is like that thick, buttery tonka bean, mixed with the original Amen, kind of like DNA-ish, you know, once it dries down. Next one, let's go to the original New Harlem. Again, kind of breakfast in a bottle thing. Almost everything besides the coffee. The coffee in this is a fragrance kind of coffee, which is kind of fake to me, but really good maple syrup, you know what I mean? French toast. Very good compliment getter if the person likes it. Lots of compliments like this is the best thing I've ever smelled on you. Again, not on me, just the best thing I've heard it they've ever smelled. Period. I've heard about this. Lost my train of thought there. Anyway, good compliment getter, although getting a little novelty-ish. After that, I've never done a review on this one. I love New York for all. Again, this would be quite a bit harder to wear during if it was like blazing hot. I would say this is the best smelling, weird smelling fragrance that I've possibly ever smelled in fragrances thinking about it. It smells very weird, not normal, but it still smells good. That's the best compliment I can get for this. And I have gotten compliments on it, but I can tell you it is weird and strange enough smelling that I do get a little nervous to wear it sometimes, but I've gotten compliments on it. But again, it is weird enough that I'm kind of like, man, should I wear this? Do you know what I mean? Next one. I kind of actually would wear these during the hot weather, but whatever. Dulcis and Fundo and Sweet Vanilla. I just put them in the same thing because pretty similar enough that it could be, unless you love the smell, redundant to own both. Awesome fucking smell, both of those. Next one, 15, Chocolate Greedy. Probably know what Chocolate Greedy is. Chocolate Greedy is a great one. A little bit of a misleading name, I think, but I will say in terms of getting towards novelty fragrances, it is a good compliment getter, despite being, again, getting a little bit more novelty-ish. Next one, I'll do La Via del Profumo. I think I said Chocolate Amber. There are a few fragrances actually called Chocolate Amber, and this is the best one I've smelled. Fucking awesome. It smells like a animalistic, sexual chocolate, I would describe it as. Very hard to get a hold of. I wish I had more of it, but I think it's awesome. Very, again, thick, animalistic, sexual kind of chocolate. I don't know if can chocolate be sexual? I don't know, but whatever. Take it, right? Number 17, I'll do Grand Soir. Again, Grand Soir is awesome. I've talked about this in a review before. This is definitely one too that can have a little bit of a different tinge depending on the weather. But a great compliment getter in my experience. I think it kind of smells a little bit. If you like the dry down of say pure Havana, I think this kind of smells like a pure Havana-ish, almost dry down, but for a longer majority and just a better version of it. Of course, this one has like a stronger kind of. This one has kind of a funky lavender in it, is how I would describe it, or a harsh lavender as well. But next one, 18. Let's get into the last few, just Tom Ford stuff. Tuscan leather. This one would be pretty hard to wear during the summer, right? Again, getting very vibe-ish. I'd be lying if I said I haven't gotten compliments on it. I have. I wouldn't wear it if I was going for compliments. It would definitely have to be my vibe. Again, I wear a lot of black though. You know what I mean? I kind of have like whatever my vibe is or whoever. You know, sometimes your vibe, it depends on who's seeing you because someone's gonna see you. This guy's a fucking douchebag. Someone's gonna see, oh my god, he's so fucking hot, right? Blah blah. Whatever, right? So Tuscan leather, a bit of a vibe, but you can get compliments on it, I think. Great performance too. Next one we do Amber Absolutes, another good one. Fuck, I think you know, amber fucking frosting, dude. So I think it smells really good. I know some people think it's unwearable. I have gotten compliments on Amber Absolute. I'm not saying it's the most wearable fragrance in the history of the world, but I've gotten compliments on Amber Absolute from young girls that don't give a don't give a crap if I'm wearing a $5 fragrance or a $200 fragrance. Amber Absolute, I think it's really good actually. And the final one, dude, one of my favorite fragrances of all time, Tobacco Vanille. I just did a review on this, finally. I just trying to keep my channel active, so I was like, I'll do one, right? One of my favorite fragrances of all time. A bit polarizing, but generally everyone likes the smell. You know what I mean? Just not everyone thinks it's a actual fragrance kind of smell. So those are my top 20 for the fall and winter that I'll probably be wearing. Do I have any honorable mentions? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. You could say, I guess, if I have to put some designers in, the people that might wear, like, I don't know, Ultra Lamal, Calvin Klein Shock, I guess. Not really write down many, like, the thing is, I wear most fragrances whenever I want within reason. That's why I say you can use a little bit of judgment, right? You don't need to be blasting anyone in one way. Use a little bit of judgment, guys. Um, yeah, because let's say Dolce and Gabbana, possibly one of my favorite, well, possibly my favorite, but definitely one of my favorite. I can't speak English. One of my favorite fragrances of all time, right, guys? But you know what? I wear that during every season, so I don't. I wanted to make this a little more fun. Do you know what I mean? So whatever, keeping my channel active because no video game stuff to do for a little bit. Maybe we'll do more fragrance reviews. Get some more views. Just take my shirt off or something, right? Do ASMR voice. Take my shirt off, or get some girls to do it with me. But it feels like too try hard, I think. So I don't know. Anyway, keeping my channel active. Thanks for watching, guys. The end.